has exhibited a pattern of discrimination and excessive force. The department may also be put under a court-ordered consent decree.
They have to say, we are implementing the changes you want, whether it be on something like, stops of motor vehicles or subjects being searched.
Minneapolis is already under a consent decree from the state of Minnesota. The state and federal decree will operate in tandem. The Republican field for the presidential nomination continues to grow. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez officially launched his White House bid with a video on Twitter today, but dodged questions about former President Donald Trump's legal battles.
My candidacy is going to be about responding to things that former President Trump did, and there's not going to be much of a candidacy. By the way, not for me and not for any other Republican nominees.
Out on the campaign trail, the Republican hopefuls are facing new questions about whether they'd pardon Trump if elected. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley pledged to pardon him. Former Vice President Mike Pence would not say one way or the other.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with meteorologist Robert Gauthreaux III.
And Robert, we saw that video up north close to the Cleveland area, and thankfully we didn't see anything like that here, but there's still some activity under there.
It seems like all around Lake Erie was the worst of it. We did have, a few thunderstorms across our region, still seeing a little bit of that now. The radar across the Miami Valley, there's a few pockets there, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. But other than that, things have settled down quite a bit. We saw some good storms, as I pointed out earlier. Here's the latest scan. We're looking at a few nice downpours again in northern Miami County, just north of Piqua. I mentioned they had some storm damage there earlier. Also, you can see just outside Bell Fountain, also to the east of Springfield. Nice little thunderstorm out that way. Franklin County has actually been getting kind of hammered. Here's a look now at the Columbus area, and you can see just to the southeast, nice little thunderstorm moving down farther to the southeast. And so it's a bit of an active day across the state of Ohio. Again, we only had 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. The whole reason for all of this is because of this area of low pressure. With these, you tend to get unsettled weather like we're seeing now. But notice what's attached to it, this cold front. Now, you're not going to feel a huge drop in temperatures, but it'll help kind of reinstate some of those cooler 70s that we had a little bit earlier in the week. So it should feel a little bit nicer tomorrow thanks to that area of low pressure. Regardless, we could certainly use the rain. Here's the latest drought monitor released today. It's released once a week, and this doesn't even include rain from the other day. It stops at Tuesday morning, and then the map comes out Thursday morning. And you can see here, there are still some abnormally dry areas, but a majority of the state is at least in stage 1 drought in that brown color. You'll notice that big bullseye right near Troy and Sidney and actually moving up toward Logan County. That's where we've seen the most rain so far. It seems like the last several days where we have seen rain. And so those areas actually aren't even in any deficit whatsoever. Even the areas in purple are just maybe a few tenths of an inch in deficit. We still need some rain to the south, but we're going to see that here. In fact, we've been seeing a lot of rain across the radar so far this evening. Temperatures right now, 68 in Dayton, still hanging on to the 70s in our southern counties. A little bit cooler up north. Salina, Wapakoneta, you're at 63 degrees. And it is a little bit warmer than this time yesterday. 14-degree difference in Springville, about 6 degrees warmer in Dayton. Now, as we move into tomorrow, I mentioned it's going to be at least a little bit cooler, a little bit below average for this time of year. Fairly comfortable. Nice, pleasant day for Friday. Our high temperatures did get to the low 80s, though. Got up to 82 in Dayton. Here's a look at what we can expect here over the next several hours as temperatures do drop. We get down to the mid-50s tonight, so a bit on the cool side, and then up to the mid-70s for tomorrow, and that's about it. So it should feel nice for Friday. As these showers exit the region, we'll see some passing clouds overnight. I'm not going to rule out a lingering shower, but generally pretty dry. And then look at Friday, looking at a few clouds, but lots of sunshine. And like I mentioned, the temperature should feel a little bit more pleasant. Now, Saturday and Sunday aren't looking necessarily wet, but we're not going to rule out the chance of a stray storm late on Saturday or even a stray storm on Sunday. But in the next week, we have the chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms, not widespread rain. It should feel a little bit warmer as well. Seasonable for this time of year with highs in the mid to low 80s.
Robert, thank you. The Supreme Court set a deadline, and by next